Okay, actually, no. There's some more encouragement that I want to put into this video. This will mean that I will have to download the videos and tie them together and make more work and tire even more my already tired old laptop. But it's now or never. And also, like, just to introduce myself, I have most of my crucial planets in Scorpio, so the let's risk it all for joy is kind of my brand. And yeah, as I already told you, what I shouldn't have been losing, I already lost. So here we are. You can learn from me so that you don't have to cry my same tears. And what I want to say is this. I was talking before about the fact that it can be scary, to start seeing things with your third eye. Like starting seeing things such as people, actions, dynamics, nature, whatever, as energy. Like, what? Can be a long series of moments like that. Then I was talking about the comforting fact that if what I am trying to make you wise about is the importance of protecting yourself against dark and potentially destructive forces, also means that the polar opposite exists, and so that you can rely on the help of invisible positive protective forces. Now, I want to talk about the positive ones for a minute and how you can better connect with them even when it might not look as logical as logical as it could. Let me explain. Now imagine that spirit has large power, or your spiritual team as your more specific power, is something that is there and that you can work with. You can also work against it, but that might bring to unwanted results. We are now trying to focus on you and how you can get the best out of it. Because I think that I have poured enough tears about people who absolutely want to go against spiritual laws and their own spiritual team even. And yeah, they're shit. Point blank period. How to get away from them? Because that's the point. Like you might start getting away from them physically, and to pull you back in, they might start attacking spiritual. So like one my logical reaction might be, I want to attack them back. Yes and no. I'd rather suggest to use your energy to work with the positive protective forces. And the more committed you prove yourself to be towards them, the biggest the rewards can be. So, what do I mean by commitment? Because that's where it gets funny. And you might not expect that, because it's like, I have to commit myself to big invisible forces. What the fuck? Get you. I understand you, okay? Like, yeah. Yeah.
But also at the same time, you are also probably thinking, yeah, but it does make sense on some levels, and so you are still here. So let's continue. Showing your commitment towards spirit and your specific spiritual team. There are levels to this, and levels can go from like dry prayers. You sit down, you pray, and you just wish that everything go well and that you be lucky about stuff. And then you can move on to another level and start realizing, okay, I have this feeling of this protective shield around me, and now I am hearing talking about spiritual team, spiritual crew, so I might want to know a bit more about them. Who are them? What do they look like? What do they feel like? How do they show themselves to me? And stuff like that. And so, that is another layer. And it can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So, as you can probably imagine, just like I have this image of the Excel, what's the word in English? The Excel, the Excel doc when you put the number and then the following number, and then you just scroll down and it completes on some whatever sequence or equation was put in the beginning. So that is kind of like the same principle. So I started filming because I have to get this out of my chest. I do not give two shits if I am crying. Crying is part of healing. Crying is part of being human. So I cry, I fart, I shit like you. Hi. Let's get over it and let's talk about stuff. And now I am feeling a bit more emotionally liberated. Like, I'm still angry as fuck because of my life, but I think that will remain quite an ongoing thing. So during that ongoing thing, I intend on having also lighthearted moment, and that's what I was trying to have right now. And then I realized that my face sucks. That ruined the vibe. But yeah. Let's finish this. That was just a volatile interruption because, there are no special effects. It's just my face talking. So that's what I'm supposed to be looking at when I'm filming this. And so after a while, it gets tiring. Anyway. The equation. the equation. The more authenticity, the more genuine effort, the more positive energy you're willing to put in this connection with spirit and with your spiritual team, the more they will be willing to show you just how much they can do for you, just how much they can support you, just how much they are in tune with you. And the reason why I have returned to smiling is because I have came to discover that one of I'm hearing like say it. One of the things that I like the most is when you put up a show. Okay, so you might be going through really dark times, okay? And I am glad to be able to be here for you, even virtually, through that. And if I hadn't been filming a whole ass video on why I am talking about this, I know that if someone comes in during a really dark time, like one of those heavy, like good quality depressive times, where like you can't, whatever it is, you can't, like, I don't care. I might have been into that last week, now it just can't. Wish I could, but I can't. Okay? And so if anyone would intrude my dark piece and without any explanation would ask me to put up a show, I might want to punch them in the face. And I get that. Like, I mean, you don't have to want to punch people in the face, but to express discontent, like, to each one their style. But what I wanted to say is that, yes, I definitely punched someone in the face, if that's what you were wanted to know. I was a kid. He was a bully. So, case closed. And, yeah. Put up a show for your spiritual team when you are feeling the most vulnerable, the most down, the most... Like, I can't find solutions to this. I can't imagine putting myself through this and be successful in the end. I can't. I just can't. I don't have the strength. I alone am not enough. And on some levels, you are right. And you might, like, consider yourself strong on some moments, or even magical, if you are already willing to accept that into yourself, for yourself. But at the end of the day, you're still a human like me. You fart and shit like me. So, just like me,
it is perfectly normal to feel alone and feel like some of the tasks that you are being given by the spiritual guidance that you are able to receive can feel monumental, and that is because you are not meant to deal with them on your own, not completely, at least, or not all the time. And so I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it might sound counterintuitive to force yourself into the light when nobody's watching and when you feel left out in the cold. Connect with them, sit down, meditate, pray. That can be like a gentle way to reconnect, but then if you feel comfortable, like if it's your if it's your fucking brand, you know, because there's also that, like, this myth about spiritual people being like all shy and super closed off, and no, that's not me. That's not how I express my gratitude towards life. I dance all the fucking time. I dance when almost all the fucking time. That was something. I don't know if I should continue filming this. I think I'll stop. So I had to take a little time out because I have received like a quite heavy confirmation that now is following a long trend of confirmation that are all going in the same direction about one very specific situation where for a brief moment in time everything was upside down for me. So, like, let me explain. I'm dancing. That's how I connect to spirit. And might not look as serious or as deep or as whatever to some people. I'm also Sengi, by the way. And while I was expressing this, I had this image of this moment in my past where everything was made to make dance, but I could not dance. And the fact that I had this memory while I was explaining that and to me, dancing is how I show gratitude for life, is because it's how I show gratitude even for the smallest things in life. Like, before that moment in time, I was already in that state of mind where I would tell myself, my life is not perfect, like I lack a lot of things, but I am alive, like, and the people I love the most are alive, and I have a lot of responsibilities, but it is helping the people that I love to be alive and have good moments and have a good time on earth. And so I'll dance. And so I'll dance every week, and so I'll dance every day, because every day there is something to be grateful about, as long as love is alive. And then, you know, that shit happened, and like I am receiving more and more confirmation that what happened was an abomination, that was not supposed to happen, that was not the natural order of things, that was not the natural order of destiny, and that dirty hands were putting that. And yeah. Okay, I had to take another break to try to understand why I was receiving this specific confirmation while I was trying to actually take another turn. And the reason is this. Why it is important, and why it can be very helpful that you make sure that you put up a good, a genuine, and a consistent show for spirit and your spiritual team. Because this way they will have the energy to stop the show whenever it's not supposed to happen. Thank you for listening. And yeah, make sure to continuously keep your fire burning, so that shadows are naturally cast away and you are granted a magical and happy survival in the jungle. Now, from the jungle is quite late, and so yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who is subscribing to the channel. It's quite an adventure. Like I know what I'm doing. I don't also know what I'm doing, but yeah, great to be here some way, somehow. And yeah, but I know that it's been a long time since I wanted to find a form and a way to deliver this information in a cohesive way. This information has been very destructive for me for a very long time, and so it has taken me a very long time to be able to structure it in a way that was also transmissible and somehow also entertaining, because I realized that at some point that I could not have become a good professor of anything if most of my learning content was about me being quite sad. So yeah, as I already told you, I am currently at a place where I am trying to collect my losses, and learn from them in the best way possible, as I have not found a way yet to morph the past. All I am left to deal with is shaping the future, and I have every intention to do so. And yeah. And if all the emotional and intellectual work and the hours that I have decided to spend on researching about this and learning about this and learning how to talk about this, learning how to learn from mistakes related to this, learning how to improvise this through tricky or difficult conditions. I want to at least give myself and someone else the chance to use this in some useful way. And yeah, if you can learn from someone and avoid to cry the same tears, why not? I mean, you might end up crying different tears, hopefully tears of joy, tears of surprise, tears of genuine fear, because life can be scary even normally. But yeah, I also consider my tears heavy enough to wish to do what I can to help someone else find their way through them, avoid them from the very starting point. Wish you a good, safe journey to whatever your home will be. Big sister is now going to sleep. Get some rest. Ignore what's up. At least until tomorrow. And then I will start editing this video so that it can become easily accessible to everyone who has already stepped into my channel and anyone who will step into it in the future. Yeah. Like right now, it's really not a big thing, but I can already feel that I can be grateful to myself for having created this space for myself. Like I feel more tranquil knowing that this information is finally going somewhere. I don't know how far this might go, not at this point, but that was also something that I had been dabbling and investigating about for way too long. So now I think it's time to just face the truth and listen to the sign when it's like the 1032 sign in a fucking row that is pointing in that fucking same direction. As I told in another video, at some point we should just all start treating things as facts and as part of the human experience, you know. But gratefully, in some cases. Go to so, yeah, I think that was all. I'm still a little bit, so I may probably need to get my energy in check before getting to sleep. But thank you for staying, thank you for tuning in. I feel like my energy is now retracting again. So I really want to sign off. I was just thinking if there is something else that I wanted to add. No, like as per usual. All the links will be in the description. Yeah. Anyway, gotta go. Bye. Take care of your Ferrari. And yeah, remember to say your daily vade retro. Big sis.